Hi, everyone. This is the real estate doctor here, DRE and PhD, and I'm here with my dear friend Fazell again. And we are going to talk about dental corporations today. What you need to know about dental corporations, the differences between a sole proprietorship, what their legal requirements are, and contracting with a dental plan. So Fazell, please, I'll let you take over and I'll jump in if I have any questions.
Great, thank you. Well, first of all, before you think about incorporating, you need at least one conversation with an attorney or with a CPA that knows dental. So a lot of the dentists, when they graduate college, they have or graduate the dental school, they had the option to be a W-2 or 1099. This is a completely different conversation because we're not going to cover that today. That's something that we can cover later, maybe a little bit at the end of this conversation. But then if you have the opportunity to be a independent contractor, so before you incorporate, you want to talk to a CPA, you want to talk to an attorney, make sure that you understand the legal and the tax consequences for this move. So whoever starts that, it's going to be a sole proprietor receiving 1099s. Before you receive your 1099s, you need to provide the employer with a form W-9. What does that say? Who I am, how I do business, and pretty much, what is my tax ID number. After the conversation that you will have with an attorney or with a CPA, you just want to make sure that, this is the right move for you because in terms of money, you're going to be paying some franchise taxes. You are going to have a second set of tax returns. And then once you know if incorporating is the right thing for you, we have to think about what type of incorporation or what type of a corporation. So every corporation by design is a C Corp. So what is a C Corp? By default, by design, all corporations are a C Corp. C Corp provides you with the legal limited liability, but also has two levels of taxation. So one of the biggest issues that we have with C Corps is that it's not worth it if you make less than, let's say, $5 million, because the amount that you pay for taxes is gonna, way outweigh all of the benefits that you may get. That's why if you are a dentist, you do want to incorporate, but within 90 days, you need to fill out the form 2553 to request to be elected to be taxed as an S Corp, which is a small corporation.
Where do we get these forms from?
You can Google them, but better you work with a CPA or an attorney because filing these forms, slight mistake, and then pretty much this is not going to work. They're going to return it. And this is going to take some time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months until IRS approves it, and then they're going to send it back to you. Either they say your election is approved, or they say disapproved. And then if this is not done, and that's the problem, within 90 days, then you do need to file S Corp late election. And that's going to happen with paper. That's a little bit more tedious. If you file your form 2553, you want to make sure that you have the evidence for it. And again, better you do it with a CPA firm or with an attorney, because pretty much we keep paperwork about this. The good thing about S Corp is a flow-through entity. Flow-through entity, it just means that you do not pay income taxes at the corporate level. So we just talked about the C Corp. Two levels of taxation. So you pay income level at the corporate level, and then you pay one more time taxes at the individual level. But when you are an S Corp, and we talk about California only. In other states, you can be a PLLC. In California, you cannot be an LLC. Then pretty much, you get taxed at one level, which is the individual level. And that's pretty much also the S Corp is going to give you a lot of opportunities to do some tax plannings that we can also talk about a little bit later. But in a sense, you have to make sure that you do everything by the book. With the naming has to be proper. Better is the best one is the easiest one is first name, last name, DDS or DMD Inc. You can use last name dental corporation, last name a professional dental corporation. Also, a corporation or a dental corporation has to be a professional corporation, not a general corporation. And once you file that with the Secretary of State, you go to IRS website, you get your tax ID number, then you file the form 2553. Within 75 days, you need to file the statement of information. And pretty much, after that, you can pretty much use your corporation as an S corp.
Perfect. And if we want to have another name for our practice, we would have to fill out that information as well, where your S corp would be under your first name, last name, DDS or DMD Incorporated, plus another name.
Yeah, this is a separate discussion. This is DBA or doing business as or fictitious business name. That one is a separate form. That's done with the Dental Board of California. Let's say the city and family dentistry. Let's say San Jose Family Dentistry. And then you have to file for that. You need to tell pretty much the public whose practice that is. And usually it has a very, very specific format as well. So San Jose Family Dentistry, dental practice of Dr. ABC. That's pretty much how you do it. And you have to refile it every 5 years. You have to do it by law with the Dental Board of California, but with the county, I would do that as well. It's optional as far as I know, but better you have the paperwork ready. So that would be filing a DBA. Yes.
Perfect. And my next question to you is, what if you have a partnership? How does that look like?
Wow, that's a little bit more complicated. First of all, partnerships in dentistry, we don't recommend it, except, it's a perfect partnership. Partnership, I mean, there's a joke, you can walk away from your family, you cannot walk away from your partnership. This is really not easy. So we have different ways to create a partnership. So we just talked about two dentists right now. So they could both join a corporation, same corporation, and they can have, a shareholder agreement. Let's say they're in the same corporation. Let's say Yasaman and Fazal Dental Corporation. You own 50%, I own 50%. Then we need to go to an attorney and make sure that we have a very nice shareholder agreement. Or what is, mostly are happening, you're going to have your S Corp, I'm going to have my S Corp, and both of us together join into a third entity, which is a partnership. And that partnership needs to be registered with the state. And pretty much, we are the individual owners and shareholders of the corporation. Our corporations are the partners in the partnership. That's how that works usually. But it can become way more complicated these days because we have the DSOs, we have the MSOs, we have, doctors with multiple locations. So, and very important, yes, I am a CPA, but I'm not your CPA. So if you watch that, this is just general information, and you need to make sure that you talk to someone specifically and get specific legal and or tax advice or business advice.
Right. And let's, going off the fact that you need a specific CPA or a lawyer, always have your dental team ready to go before a
Ready
practice
to go.
decision,
Very
sale,
important.
acquisition.